Let's turn to Ewan McGahey, who's Professor of Law at King's College London, specialising in public service regulation. Professor, one has a feeling of such impotence. Is there anything an organisation or an individual could do? Good morning to you.
Well, the government could do a great deal. The Minister mentioned special measures. So under the current legislation, it's possible for the government to put failing water companies under special administration for breaching their duties to have proper sewage networks and clean water. And what this means, really important and different to normal administration when a company goes insolvent, is that you ensure that the shareholders don't get bailed out, and you can also ensure that the creditors, the big banks like the Chinese infrastructure banks and ING, the Dutch bank, Irish banks that have been funding companies like Thames Water and profiting from these companies, that they don't get bailed out either. So the government, the ex-government, I should say, had something called Project Timber, which looked at this and said, well, maybe they could give the creditors a haircut of about 40%. But the new government should really be looking at whether or not the shareholders or creditors should get anything. And yes, it is possible for it to act, to bring the companies back into public administration and then long-term public ownership in order to sort the water companies out.
Is it your view that the villain of the piece here is privatisation, Professor?
Oh, there's no question about that. I mean, around 90% of countries around the world have water in public hands. England is an extreme outlier. Things aren't perfect up in Scotland, but they're a lot better, and there it's in public ownership. Scottish Water in Wales, it's a non-for-profit company. Wherever you look around the world, it's pretty much public or public management and delegation, and it just works better. Bills tend to be lower, 10% lower in Scotland. But of course, that's not the only thing that you've got to do. You've got to make sure in the long term that public governance is better, make sure that staff and service users have a vote for who's on the board, not just sort of top-down Whitehall appointments as it used to be.
Grateful for your time. Thank you. Ewan McGahey is Professor of Law at King's College London, specialising in regulation of public services.